everybody, it's me, Kendall, aka the Dino Charged Purple Ranger. And it's been a while since we've actually done a video on our YouTube channel. Now this is going to be a response to a member in the Power Rangers community by the name of Humanoid Ranger. At least that's the title of his channel. Humanoid Ranger apparently does not like the new Saban era. And apparently he basically likes the Saban era, the first one, the Disney era, but didn't like the current one. He complained about lack of character development. He complained about characters just showing up and doing nothing. He claimed that Saban Capital Group and, they don't care about the old fans, that they only throw stuff out there and that they don't, care about anybody. And he claimed that Saban Entertainment, when it was a subsidiary of News Corporation, and when it was a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company, that they cared about their fan base. First off, that's your opinion, but I think that Saban still cares about the Power Rangers fan base. Now, if Saban, I think they still care about the Power Ranger fan base. But the way of doing things, the formula is different. Okay? You might argue that the Power Rangers has a new fan base, but I think that Saban still cares about his old fan base as well. Okay? You talked about how during Disney's owner, you talked about that Disney still cared about its fan base when it briefly owned the Power Rangers. You talked about Saban in its first run. Now, to tell you the truth, I think that, in my opinion, Saban still cares about its fan base. Because, first off, if Saban didn't care about its old fan base, why would they be making a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie with Lionsgate then? I mean, we know the target audience is the older Power Ranger fans, right? If they didn't care about their fan base or didn't care about the old fan base, they would have completely not brought back old cast members from previous Power Ranger seasons, including Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, and Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, Space Patrol Delta, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, Ranger Power Engines, Samurai, Mega Force, and even Dino Charge. If they didn't care about the old fan base, they would have not even bothered, doing all that. They would have not done the crossovers that they did if they didn't care about the old fan base. They would have not even done that Power Rangers crossover, as I just mentioned, with all the former cast members from previous seasons. They would have not even, bothered to even make a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers film if they didn't care. If they didn't care about the fan base, or the new fan base, or the old fan base, then why would Saban Capital Group buy the Power Rangers back from the Walt Disney Company if they didn't care about the old fans and the new fans? I mean, that's your opinion. And I know that, yes, Power Rangers can be criticized. It has its faults. There were a lot of things that happened during all the seasons and the ownerships. None of them were perfect. But I think that yes, you have the right to rant and complain and criticize. But that's your opinion. My opinion is that I think that the old Saban era, 1993 80 to 2001 80, the Disney era, the old Saban era, 1993 80 to 2002 80, the Disney era, 2002 80 to 2010 80, and the new Saban era, 2010 80. If Saban doesn't care about the old fan base, why do they do Comic-Con? Why is there Mighty Morphin Cons? Why does Saban Capital Group go out of their way to do Morphicons or Power Ranger Cons events if they don't care about the old fan base? If they didn't care about the old fan base, why did they bring cast members back from previous seasons, regardless if they were Saban or Disney seasons? Why would they be making a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger remake if they didn't care about the old fan base? Why would classic Power Ranger action figures be made if they didn't care about the old fan base? I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe there were certain things about the seasons you didn't like, you know. Maybe you didn't like the current seasons, and that's your choice. I mean, but I think that I liked all the seasons. And in my opinion, I think Saban still cares about the old fan base as well as the new fan base. Because if it wasn't for the die-hard, hardcore Power Ranger fans that have been supporting it since 1993-80, if it wasn't for the old fan base buying the action figures, watching it on Fox and, you know, and ABC Family and Toon Disney and CW and Nickelodeon 2 and Teen Nick and Toon Nick and Teen Nick, you know, it wasn't for people going to rent the, you know, buying the VHSs, you know, going to watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie and Turbo Power Rangers movie at theaters. If it wasn't for the old fan base buying the action figures, watching the television shows, watching the motion pictures, there would be no Power Rangers if it wasn't for the old fan base. So Saban does care about the old fan base, but they also care about their new fan base as well. You know, yes, Disney did care about the old fan base as well, but Disney cared about the old fan base as well as the new fan base, and Saban cares about the old fan base as well as the new fan base. But that's your opinion, you know. There's no right or wrong opinion. If you didn't like any, if you don't like any of the new seasons underneath Saban's current ownership of the Power Rangers, that's fine. You know. So that's about it. I'm Kendall, aka Dino Charge, Purple Ranger. Hope you enjoyed this video.